What's going on, everyone? Scott here. Welcome back to the channel. So the SEC basketball tournament starts on Wednesday with the 16-seeded South Carolina against number 9 John Calipari and Arkansas. But we're going to go in through the bracket all the way up to the championship on Sunday and give our predictions for this one. Should be a fairly quick video. Got a couple other conference tournament previews and predictions on the channel as well, so make sure you check those out. But anyway, before we do jump in, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down there to go check out those other conference championship videos. We will have other college basketball, NCAA tournament, bracket predictions and previews on the channel as well throughout this March Madness, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video. But as we said, jumping into this first game on Wednesday afternoon, South Carolina, the 16th seeded against number 9 Arkansas, John Calipari. I got Calipari in a tournament setting. I got John Calipari and Arkansas advancing to Thursday. 13th seeded Texas and Vanderbilt. Texas was kind of up and down this year in a competitive SEC. Vanderbilt, same thing, got off to a really good start. Beat some pretty good teams throughout the year and was competitive with some really good teams. A.J. Hoggard, obviously, Michigan State ties there. But I got Vanderbilt actually advancing to Thursday. 15-seeded LSU versus Mississippi State. I got Mississippi State going on to the next round on Thursday. Then the last game, 14-seeded Oklahoma versus number 11 seed Georgia. Both were surprises at times. Georgia was rolling at one point. Oklahoma, really beginning of the year, I think they were in the top 10, right, at one point in the first month of the year. Obviously, Jeremy Fears, the brother. I'm going to roll with probably the best player on the floor in that game in Jeremiah Fears, to get them, to get Oklahoma to Thursday. Now, it's back at the top of the bracket, Arkansas versus Ole Miss. A very interesting one here. I'm actually going to go with Arkansas to get to Friday. Ole Miss has had a good year, had some good wins, but give me Arkansas to go to Friday. And then Texas A&M versus Vanderbilt. Texas A&M, definitely fighting for one of the top couple seeds in the NCAA tournament. With how tough the SEC is, finishing at number 5, been in the top 25 for a good amount of the year. But I'm going with the 12th-seeded Vanderbilt, the Fighting A.J. Hoggards, to get to the quarterfinals on Friday. Missouri, the 7th seed versus Mississippi State. I think Missouri advances in this one. And then Kentucky versus Oklahoma. I'm going with another double-digit seed upset. I'm going with Jeremiah Fears in a tournament setting. I'm taking Jeremiah Fears to beat Kentucky to advance to Friday. Back to the top, first time seeing the number 1 seeded Auburn Tigers going up against Arkansas, and I got Auburn in this one. Kind of similar to if you watch the ACC preview, I think that I think Duke and Auburn are similar. I would give the slight edge to Duke, but Auburn's Auburn. They have an insane resume this year, really good team. Obviously, 1 seed is definitely locked up for Auburn, more than likely. So really, they could lose this first game, still be one of the 4-1 seeds. But I think they win this one against Arkansas, advance to the semis on Saturday. Then the Fighting A.J. Hoggards go up against Tennessee. Definitely probably their toughest test to this point in the SEC tournament. SEC is very deep this year. We know that. And I'm actually kind of running into this, like I had an idea in my mind going in, what I was going to do, and have kind of gone back and forth as I'm filling it out. But I'm going with Vandy. I'm going with the Fighting A.J. Hoggards. Keep this train rolling into the semis on Saturday over number 4 Tennessee. And then going to the bottom, first time seeing the number 2 seeded Florida against Missouri. And I got Florida in this one. Talented, like the way they play. They'll get to in the contention for a 1 seed in the tournament as well. I got them advancing to Saturday. And then Alabama versus Oklahoma. Now this, I think, will be, I think this could be, besides probably the championship, I think this will be the best game of the tournament if we get Alabama versus Oklahoma. I think this one will be really competitive, even though Alabama has been, they're in contention for a 1 seed, probably locked up, probably at worst a 2 seed. One of the best teams in the country. Going into the year, they were my national championship pick. I don't know where I sit right now. Obviously, got to see the bracket on Sunday, but very high on Alabama all year. Love Nate Oates. I love Jeremiah Fears as well. I think he can do really well in a tournament setting. But I'm going to go with Mark Sears and Alabama in this one to go to the semis. Then at the top, Auburn versus Vanderbilt in the Fighting A.J. Hoggard's run comes to an end, and I got Auburn going to the championship on Sunday. And then Florida versus Alabama. I think this will be a really good game as well. But I think Alabama wins this one, probably 8 to 10 points actually in this one. And that's nothing against Florida. That's just how highly I think of Alabama. And then we go forward to the championship on Sunday. Auburn versus Alabama, the Iron Bowl. Again, fairly predictable matchup, I guess you can say, but you're going to say this with a lot of these tournaments probably. But Auburn, Alabama, obviously an incredible game when they played just a couple weeks ago. In this one, I'm going with Nate Oates and Alabama to get it done, and for them, probably secure up for sure, 100% lock, obviously a 1 seed. In the tournament, Auburn, I think, will still be a 1 seed after this as well. Whether they lose Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I think they will. So I'm going with Alabama to win the SEC tournament championship. But anyway, that'll do it for this one. As we said, we have the Big Ten preview for the conference tournament, the ACC one up on the channel as well. I'm about to hit record on the Big 12 one as well. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any of those videos, or go check them out. So that'll do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.